These community members are here plumbing, tiling, painting, and together building something extraordinary. A high-care children's ward in the impoverished community of Sebokeng, built by donors of the Carte Blanche Trust. Projects like Ward 3 at Sebokeng Hospital have become gems to the community because, most importantly, it is the community that has helped build them. Some of those contractors are plumber 𝗀𝗁𝗁𝗶𝗿𝗆, builder 𝗀𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁, and painter 𝗀𝗁𝗵𝗶𝗶, who's expecting to become a first-time father.
Right now, I can bring my own girlfriend because she's going to get a baby. So I'm very happy to come and work here and doing what I'm doing for babies and mamas also.
This is my first project this year. Because of COVID, things were a little bit difficult. We couldn't get any job. Women mustn't be afraid to be in construction, thinking maybe it's a man's world. Luckily, women can also do it.
For a person knowing that they were a part of something, they tend to care more about it, knowing that if this place is not working, that means our children or the people in the community will not get assistance.
Enter the Carte Blanche Making a Difference Trust and its collaborators. Traveling the length and breadth of this country for the last 13 years, key areas of need were identified and unique children's critical care facilities were put in place. In 2016, the Trust chose Sebokeng Hospital to build a 6-bed infant high care ward, which saw 348 infants in its first 21 months.
I knew that I could relax and just do what I learned, which is to take care of children, as opposed to being worried about, will we have the machine to be able to help this child breathe?
Dr. 𝗀𝗵𝗶𝘀 has worked at various public hospitals nationwide, but his journey to become the head of department in pediatrics at the Sebokeng Hospital actually begins and ends with this Gauteng community.
Now, amazingly enough, I was actually a patient here in the 80s, and even much more amazing to be back to serve our community.
Imagine arriving at a hospital with a baby in distress, only to be told that you have to wait in line because there are no beds, or to be turned away because they do not have an infant ward. That is the reality some public hospitals face.
You need to have the love for the children. When we come in contact with very sick babies, it is heartbreaking, but as you treat the child and the child gets better, your heart gets warmed up.
Pushing the contractors to go beyond is project foreman Roland Marsh.
Something for me to feel proud of, that I did something for a big community such as Sebokeng that's in need of something like this here. That's uplifting, but when you go into a hospital, it's mostly a negative. When you're here, it's like it's bright, it's clear, it's like you feel welcomed.
After years of planning and despite the COVID pandemic, this year the Trust committed to expanding this high care ward by a further 8 beds to meet the demands of a growing community, which suffers from a crippling shortage of facilities and a high infant mortality rate, often due to children arriving at Sebokeng as a result of malnutrition.
This project has been put together by the community for the community.
Principal builder Billy Neetling from the appointed contractor 𝗀𝗁𝗁𝗁𝗁 believes the high community engagement numbers are extraordinary.
We have averaged 65% of local labour.
On top of everything, the project was put in danger in July during the riots and looting, which saw Sebokeng hit hard.
Although the areas, the 3 malls that I know of where we actually did a lot of our procuring of materials and that, they were badly damaged, and we had to then source materials from elsewhere.
But again, this team triumphed, only losing a single day's work. Projects like Sebokeng go beyond borders. This hospital services the region, a staggering 1 million people, including absorbing patients from district hospitals like Kopanong, whose acting CEO is Dr. 𝗀𝗫𝗵𝗶𝘀.
So patients must start at the clinic, and then they should be sent to us if they cannot be managed. So you can imagine what will happen if we can't find a bed for that baby. So by bringing this now, we are creating more beds for us so that we can be able to send patients to Sebokeng.
Raising a child takes a community, but in Sebokeng, this community is also taking ownership of their children's futures.